watching the Lifestyle Edit 2022. I'm Shetty Narula, and on this special, we're looking back to the year that has gone by, which is the year 2022. Right from trends in fashion to some of the biggest controversies, which were rather infamous this year, to the interior decoration trends, to mental health, to skincare, hair care. Who were the movers? Who were the shakers? What made the headlines? Here's a look. Here are the top lifestyle newsmakers of 2022. Balenciaga's problematic ad campaign featuring kids and BDSM gear, and the calls to cancel the brand prompting Balenciaga's Demna Gvasalia to personally apologize and the brand to issue multiple statements. The Just Stop Oil activists vandalizing expensive works of art, raising big questions on whether that was the answer to save the planet, or for that matter, were they successful in their protest. Deepika Padukone's orange bikini, Timothy Chalamet wearing a backless Haider Ackerman jumpsuit on the red carpet, Bella Hadid's spray-on dress, underwears on runways, Machine Gun Kelly's spike metal suit, Kardashian's problematic weight loss to fit into and damage Marilyn Monroe's iconic dress, and many such stories made headlines and some made heads turn. Margot Robbie getting bapped in hot pink, Barbie pink becoming a bit of a thing, and then meeting its high-fashion cousin, Valentino pink, when designer Pierpaolo Piccioli sent a unique shade of hot pink down the runway. The color was all over the place. The reinvention of pregnancy stars, right from Rihanna to Alia Bhatt, Prego mommies push the idea of sexy. So as the year ends, we're going to have some fun now. Nandini Bhalla, who is the editor of Cosmopolitan India and Harper's Bazaar as well, caught up with me, and we decided to put her in a spot, like an absolute spot, and ask her some crazy rapid-fire questions for the year that has gone by, and her responses are fabulous. Like, I really enjoy her responses. Take a look.
Hashtag healthy thoughts. Go big or go home. Moisturize, moisturize, moisturize.
Huh?
Bal is nice. Pizza for like me, because I haven't eaten lunch. Anything vegetarian, lots of vegetable. Please.
No idea about what I'm going to ask.
One last time. Guys, keep it down, please. Keep it down.
We're discussing the biggest headlines of 2022, all the controversies, all the return of those very problematic ideas that came back as well. Nandini, as I promised, is right here with me. She has no idea what I'm going to ask her, so I'm going to put her in a spot. Let's get her rapid fire on all of this. So 2022 is one of the biggest headlines, to my mind, was the fact that there was the return of the heroin chic. You had, you know, Kim Kardashian lose weight to fit into a dress by Marilyn Monroe. Your reaction?
I don't think anyone should ever have to lose weight to like wear anything at all. And I think that that dress did have a little bit of a tear in the back, which is not okay.
Gen Z alternative clothing and the rise and rise of it.
Fabulous. Just one word: gender neutral.
Mindful eating made a comeback. Actually, in 2022, what do you have to say about that?
I think mindful eating over starving yourself any day.
Burgers.
Burgers, yes. Fries, yes. But cheat days, mindful eating, healthy, and then some cheating.
2022 also saw neon pops on the face. So what do you think about neon eyes and neon lips and neon pops?
All the better to see you with my dear. Neon pops, rule.
Why do you think politically correct?
I think you're all, no, actually I happen to like neon pops.
I never saw it on your Instagram, ever. You put a neon pop eyeshadow.
We actually have a lot of covers with neon pops. We have a lot of models with neon pops. I'm a dull, boring person. But to me, neon pops mean that you're willing to have fun.
And Swarovski crystals on your eye. You see a lot of
shine on. Shine on.
And on the runway, we saw the spray dress that Bella Hadid sported. What do you think of it?
A clever marketing strategy.
Underwear on the runway. 2022's biggest hit.
Underwear is outerwear, always a big trend. Wear your sexy bras and your sexy underwear on top of what you're already wearing.
No makeup.
Takes a lot of time to get that no makeup look right, but I think it's worth it.
Underbust jewelry.
Unabashedly sexy, festival, stand out, perfect for a date night.
Flush look or blush on?
Blush is such a major moment, and now it's just not about pink, it's about orange blush, it's about red blush, it's about maroon blush.
2022 also saw the glazed donut skin, which is basically just hydrated.
I think if you want fabulous skin, then the only way out is to have hydrated, moisturized skin. Guys, moisturize, moisturize, moisturize.
And as far as clothes are concerned, we saw a lot of sequins for some reason.
Sequins are big.
I have to say I love the feathers of 2022. They made a comeback.
Yes,
Very
but you know,
Not
for guys, animal cruelty
yes,
and to be kind to the animals. Let's not do with the real fur. I mean, why?
No,
Why?
it's the four feathers.
Four feathers work. Anything real?
Also, metaverse fashion weeks have taken off in 2022. I don't understand a word of what they do. I don't understand a thing of what they do in metaverse. Do you?
Well, going by what we've seen recently is that the metaverse has kind of gone down in the way that it was meant to be. There's a lot to be learnt as of yet.
So now dating apps became huge. Everybody after the pandemic realized that they want to be on dating apps, and the ones who were a little well known went on apps like Raya, and the others were on Hinge and Bumble, etc., etc. But now everyone's like unapologetically on them.
Great. Look, guys, ultimately, love is love, right? Love is love whether you meet at a party or on a dating app or through some friends. Love is love.
Since she's 20 years younger than me and knows so much about Gen Z, love is love, but they are into situationships now, no relationships for them. So now,
you have to know what you want first, and that is really the crux to being happy.
Talking about sustainability in fashion? Do you think
It is the no, absolutely not. We have to do less of the fast fashion and just more of clothes that we will love and wear forever and ever.
Again and again and again and again. Don't worry about it. We also saw return of the keto diet. What do you think of that?
You know, diets to me are a fad. They are quick fixes. I would actually basically recommend more about just being healthy in your day-to-day life. Hashtag healthy thoughts.
Gummies for everything. What about that? 2022 saw zinc gummies, vitamin gummies, gummies for hair, nails, skin. I don't know. Gummies for everything. For mood, for... Where does it end?
So the jury's out, right? We don't really know if they actually work or they do not work. You are best off eating a fabulously healthy diet, which will help your skin and your hair and your mind and your gut. They are yummy. They're like candy.
Also, we saw a lot of IV drip parties. Everyone, all these girls used to go and, spend an afternoon getting IVs, vitamins, this, that. Does it work?
I'm not a very big believer in going all out. If you eat well and you sleep well and you have love around you and you think of healthy thoughts, and
Hashtag healthy thoughts.
Hashtag healthy thoughts.
Hashtag healthy
if
thoughts.
you exercise, I think that's just a more proactive way of making things happen.
So
versus
definitely against Botox also, because we're seeing 2022 saw a lot of Botox parties.
Botox will not die, fillers will not die, anti-aging treatments will not die.
And what about inclusivity on the ramps? 2022 saw a lot of them because the fashion weeks came back in 2020.
Yes. Truly hope that in 2023 it'll be more of a part of just how we do things. It's just not about planting that one person there because it's the right thing to do, but really it's just a part of how we do things.
Influencers, they were huge in 2022. I mean, you did the Cosmo bloggers.
I love influencers. I personally love sort of influencers, and I am certain that they're going to be even bigger than they've ever been before.
Your best Cosmo cover of 2022?
Wow, that is so many of them. Well, if I had to think of just one series, it was the Guts series,
oh my God, yes,
which just talks about having the courage and the guts. Hashtag be yourself. Hashtag healthy thoughts. We're on a roll here.
Your favorite bazaar cover. Before you say that, I want to say which is my favorite bazaar cover. And my favorite bazaar issue has been the art issue. Oh my God, it was so stylish. I just loved it.
You know, many of the... It's hard to pick one. It's like your children. There was Paris Hilton, there was Ananya Pandey, there were just so many people. There was Asha Parekh in this year, the The Asha Parekh cover for me is a truly iconic cover. That's an absolutely brilliant cover.
Okay, so 2023, what else are we going to see from Nalini Bhalla? Because, she's always reinventing the wheel. We saw those digital covers come in, all done with good tummies and, all about beauty and redefining those standards. What are we going to see in 2023?
I haven't thought of it yet, but a lot more fabulous voices.
The competitors are watching.
Lots of new fabulous voices, lots of new creativity. Just, I think, bringing on board people who can truly change things, who can talk about sort of inclusivity, who can talk about beauty standards being broken. I think it's the year to just break all of those old, boring notions that we've all kind of believed in and to move beyond that.
Okay, go woke and hashtag Happy New Year.
And hashtag healthy thoughts.
Healthy thoughts. Hashtag healthy thoughts.
Look back at the year 2022 gone by. Let's talk about fashion now. Sustainability was a big buzzword as far as fashion is concerned. Whether it is going to remain a buzzword or be a reality in 2023, only time can tell. But we did see designers move to far more sustainable practices in 2022. So we can say it's been a start. As far as the styles are concerned, you saw the return of feathers, the Marie Antoinette looks. You saw opera gloves come back in 2022 as well. Sequins were a big defining part of couture in India. You saw a lot of these old school traditional garments also come back. And there was also a conspicuous trend of the Gen Z fashion. The Gen Z fashion is very different. It's all about comfort, it's alternative fashion, it's about anti-fits, and it also has a social commentary around it. So 2022 was a very episodic year as far as fashion is concerned. Not to forget the return of the physical format of the fashion weeks too. Take a look.
2022 saw extreme fashion. It was either people too comfortable in the co-ord tracks and sneakers, or it was all-out maximalist revenge fashion. There just did not seem to be much in between.
Comfort suddenly became king. Suddenly, from going to wearing pencil heels to the office, we're like, no, we wear fancy flats, right? Exactly, sneakers, fancy flats. But on the other hand, we also had this one crew who was just tired of just wearing comfortable clothing for 2 years. So we had this kind of revenge dressing up.
I hate that term, revenge dressing.
Beautiful embroidered
I know who
pieces.
came up with it. I really have no idea who came up with it.
Well,
yes,
but
you're
we
right.
actually did
We saw
see it.
revenge dressing.
Yes.
The year really began as revenge fashion as we were coming out of the pandemic. Bling, overdressing were the order of the day. Then came back the fashion week that brought the comeback of the business of fashion taking off this year.
There was also a lot of revenge buying that was witnessed. In fact, we even caught up with the designers to know what they thought 2022 was all about.
When I look at top trends of 2022, when you think about color, I think one is monochrome of the color, and you have metallics. Like gold is one of the color of the season of the year. Gold with a lot of shine, because we have been playing very subdued in the last few years, and it's also a reflection of the past few years has been very difficult for all of us. So how do we come out of it?
Sustainability was sure the buzzword, and it seems like it's here to stay in the years to come.
We have to do
it's very tough.
less of the fast fashion and just more of clothes that we will love and wear forever and ever.
Again and again and again and again. Don't worry about it. That I've been seen on Instagram wearing it once.
Absolutely.
I cannot be wearing it again. Those days are over. We're getting into 2023. So let's all try to be a little more intelligent about it.
Conscious.
More conscious about it.
Feathers, opera gloves, sequins were all very 2022. As were the loungewear. We saw power suits for women, and a lot of gender-fluid silhouettes leave a mark. Not just that, saris, draped differently or worn with sneakers were quite the statement.
Luxurious homes can be minimalist homes or maximalist homes. 2022 was a year that was defined as a bit of both. So it's been a bit of a mixed bag, going a long way to speak how lifestyles changed in the year 2022 as well. This time around, as far as homes are concerned, you saw more subtle hues, you saw a lot of whites, you saw a lot of beiges, and you did see a bit of color pop as well, but overall there was minimalism all the way as far as design sensibility is concerned. Here's a look.
Minimalism was the order of the day.
For me, and I think it would be more towards minimalism than maximalism, because
Very, very clean, minimalist, neutral, beige, white, brown.
Comfort took center stage in home decor. In 2022, subtle colors were a go-to. Teal was one of the go-to colors, and overall hues of whites, beiges and understated European-looking homes were preferred over the hectic maximalism of the yesteryears.
I think this year has been a year of discovery, so somewhere in the middle between maximalism and between minimalism, because after the COVID gap, everybody was really trying to rediscover themselves, and some homes were of course towards maximalism, and that was the popular trending genre of interiors. But some people really started with minimalism. They decluttered, they took off everything, they shed off everything, and they wanted to start all over again.
All of us spent so much time at home, right? And that was the one thing that we tried to really change or to gain control over, right? So we actually picked up trends from the global Pinterest atmosphere, and all of us picked out cleaner homes, a lot of whites, a lot of neutrals, a lot of beiges, and that's what we're seeing a lot of homes looking like now.
Homes in 2022 looked far more sustainable with warm neutrals, with teal having a bit of a major moment married with some concept home styles.
It wasn't a time where people were traveling in and out and just coming home to sleep and saying, oh, I don't spend time at my home anyways, you know, so I'll let it pass, I'll do something next year. People realized how important it was to be back home to a space, even for an overnight, because that's your sanctuary, and that's where, if anything goes wrong in the world, you're going to go running there, and it has to take you, and it has to make you feel good and make you feel at peace.
Yeah. 2022, if I had to ask you a color of the season of the home decor, instead of a hue, which is a palette, what would be the color of the season for 2022?
I think for 2022 it was teal color, because
Teal.
yeah, it just merges, it just takes on everything, and it takes your moods, and it's very soothing. So teal.
2022 was the year that we all started going out and dining and wining all over again. And while we were dining, mindful eating is something that made headlines, with so many salad bars popping up all over, restaurants offering vegan menus as well. There was For Meat, which is meat which was made out of plant-based ingredients that also made its way in 2022. So let's take a look at what all the food and dining out trends have been this year.
The food industry saw a return of conscious eating this year. Plant-based diets gained momentum in 2022. Zero-waste dishes saw appearances in this era of sustainability.
I would say health food has been trending, and vegetables, proteins, they have been trending a lot in 2022 since we've been post-COVID.
The least processed food was home food, the freshest and the least processed. और processing जितनी कम होगी, nourishment और bioavailability of nutrients उतनी ज़्यादा होगी.
Diet plans that trended included Mediterranean, TB12 or Tom Brady, Dash diets and potato-based diets. Keto was having quite a moment again.
I think it's a good thing. It's a good revelation in the food industry that people are concentrating on fresh foods, and especially vegetables and salads. They give us a lot of nutrition.
Plant-based meat was quite conspicuous in 2022. only time will tell if it is here to stay. But the one trend that we have noticed in 2022 is the rise in the awareness of plant-based meat and nutrition.
Veganism gained popularity, and with that, form meat or fake meat.
I think mock meats are a good start on having an alternate life choice. I know for sure that people are going to try more.
We saw salad bars gaining some big ground.
Sometimes it seems like that our food is carb heavy, but if carbs are adequately balanced with lentils or vegetarian sources of legume protein, जिसे हम बोलते हैं, तो वो automatically it takes care of that.
As we start the year 2023, all that we want to say is bon appetit, folks.
You know, the words like revenge travel and revenge fashion are so passé, but kid you not, revenge travel was actually the mood that defined the year in 2022. A lot of international trips that families were taking, meeting their siblings and meeting their extended families or immediate ones from all over the world was one defining trend, along with many others like combining business with pleasure, even solo travel, traveling on yachts and cruises. All of that was back in 2022, and hence I use the word revenge travel. Here's a look.
We're back. We're now open. Those words, that phrase was music to everyone's ears.
Travel was back, and thank the good heavens, yachts and cruises had a bit of a moment this year.
Yachts and cruises were first in the line of fire when the pandemic hit, even as airline travel kept creeping up to pre-COVID levels owing to domestic demand in a lot of countries. But these cruises were operating, to nowhere because international borders were closed. So they were just, doing these short haul visits. But this year has been a lot better.
Family vacations were back with a bang with much revenge.
Indian passengers can now travel by showing their 2 vaccinated certificates. I think that got a big smile on Indians' face. And thankfully, for the destinations that we mostly travel to, Maldives, Sri Lanka, Thailand, they were all visa on arrival. So 2 certificates and 1 visa on arrival stamp did the traveling for us. We didn't have to plan long. Families have got together, better bonds.
The destinations were closer to home and convenient.
Bhutan is definitely one. I can see Qatar being a top travel destination in 2023, and they're going to push really hard as well. Saudi Arabia is another fantastic destination that one should look forward to. There's a lot of tourism being built, tourism activity being built around the Red Sea.
Indian destinations were being explored by travelers who mainly used to only travel overseas.
The Himalayas, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, they gained popularity like no one ever did, and it was such a good time for us as travel enthusiasts to realize that people are willing to explore India. There's so much luxury and boutique resorts that India can offer, and the rich and famous in India started traveling here. You could see all luxury cars in the hill station, which was never the case before.
Baggage losses made headlines, and it was much of a chaos in 2022.
What's happened in the last couple of years is that a lot of people have moved out of this industry because there were no jobs, and a lot of airports, ground handling staff, there's been a lot of attrition because they moved on to different industries because airports were shut and this industry was badly affected. So unfortunate, but these are teething issues which I think moving into 2023 these should be ironed out.
For the year going forward, sustainable tourism shall be gaining ground.
If the world is ready to travel and we want to travel more, we have to adapt to sustainability. To begin with, I think airlines are doing a great job with, working on carbon emissions. Why do we talk about international hotels? ITC, our own homegrown brand, they have gone far and way beyond to get into recycling and sustainable luxury.
All in all, travel, bleisure, that's business with leisure, YOLO, you only live once, yachts, cruises, family holidays, and the whole 9 yards found new importance in 2022 thanks to the suffocating years of the pandemic gone by. In New Delhi with Vaishnavi Gaharwar, Lifestyle Bureau, India Today.
Well, that's a wrap from me, Chaiti Narula, on the Lifestyle Edit 2022. We're going to continue in the year 2023 to bring you all the news from the world of lifestyle, fashion, home decor, skincare, hair care, and just so much more. Not just that, there are a lot of woke concepts that are making their way, and the Gen Z right now is all about living their lifestyle in a rather woke fashion. So we'll continue our efforts in the year 2023 to come as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. From all of us here in India Today, wishing you a very happy new year. This is me, Chaiti Narula, signing off with my producers, Vaishnavi Gaharwar and Jia Modi. Have a fabulous year ahead.